Stop what you're doing right now and look at your cat. If he's staring right back, you're in danger, or at least, that's what he wants you to feel. You know that moment, in the dead of night, when everything's quiet and he just takes off, tearing through the apartment like a maniac. You laugh. You think it's funny. You say he's got the zoomies. But the truth is a lot more disturbing than simple excess energy. He's not running from anything. He's hunting something you're physically incapable of perceiving. And if he suddenly stops, fixed on an empty corner of the living room, don't you dare ignore it. He just saw something that changed his behavior toward you forever. There's a secret code in your cat's movements that dictates exactly what's happening in your home right now, and you've spent your entire life misinterpreting it. If you want to understand why your cat acts like he knows some dark secret, you need to watch this video to the very end. But first, if you love your little house panther, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what he's trying to hide from you. You think your cat is a pet. He thinks you're a giant, clumsy, terribly incompetent cat. Ever notice how he brings you gifts? That dead roach or a bird on the rug. You're disgusted. You scold him. But in his head, that's an intervention. He sees you as a family member who can't hunt and would starve to death without his help. He's not giving you a present. He's trying to teach you how to survive because he thinks you're a lost cause. But that's not the weirdest part. The weirdest part is what happens when you're sleeping. Ever wake up to him sitting on your chest, just staring? His weight seems to triple. His gaze is fixed, almost unblinking. Science says he's just seeking warmth. But anyone who owns a cat knows the feeling is something else. It's like he's monitoring your vital signs. And that leads to another thing almost no one notices. Cats have a sensory perception that makes ours look like an old TV with no signal. They see in the ultraviolet spectrum, things that are invisible to us, like other animals' urine trails or subtle shifts in the air's static electricity, glow like neon to them. So, when your cat suddenly gets agitated out of nowhere, he hasn't gone crazy. He's reacting to a change in the environment that you'll still take minutes to notice. But there's one detail that'll give you chills. You know, purring. Everyone thinks it's a sign of happiness. That's what people say, right? Wrong. Cats purr when they're dying. Cats purr when they're in extreme pain. The frequency of the purr between 25 and 150 hertz has the physical power to regenerate tissues and bone density. He's not just happy. He's healing himself, or worse, he's trying to heal you. This happens when you don't even realize it. If you're sad, sick, or stressed, he comes closer. He lies down near the part of your body that hurts. He turns on that little motor. You think it's cute, but he's sensing your inflammation. He's using his own biology to try and mend your broken body. But why would he do that for a giant, useless cat? The answer is in his ears. Ever notice how they swivel independently like little radars? They pick up sounds at frequencies we didn't even know existed. He hears your heartbeat change before you even have an anxiety attack. He hears your blood flow. If your cat's been following you more than usual lately, he knows something about your health that you haven't discovered yet. And it gets stranger when we talk about the tail. People think a wagging tail is a sign of anger. Sometimes it is, but most of the time, it's a data processor. He's measuring air pressure and the balance of the environment. If the tip of his tail is twitching while he looks at you, he's making a decision. He's calculating whether you're a threat or an ally in that exact second. But there's one thing he does that's the ultimate test, showing his belly. You see that soft fur and try to pet it. Fatal error. Claws emerge. Teeth latch onto your hand. You feel betrayed, but you didn't understand the signal. For a cat, showing his belly is the greatest gesture of vulnerability in the animal kingdom. He's saying, I trust you not to kill me. When you touch his belly, you break that pact. You prove to him you're not trustworthy. If your cat does that and then bolts, comment down below. My cat tested me. Because that's exactly what he did. Now pay attention to a pattern break. If your cat, who's always been docile, starts avoiding a specific room in the apartment, don't force him in. Cats are extremely sensitive to gas leaks, hidden mold behind the walls, or electrical wiring about to short out. They smell the ozone before the sparks even begin. If he's warning you, you better listen. A lot of people think cats are selfish, that they just want food. But if that were all, why would they risk themselves? Why would they stand guard at the bathroom door while you shower? You think it's funny he watches you in the shower. But to him, water is a mortal danger. He's there to make sure you don't drown. He's being your bodyguard in a moment of vulnerability. And that brings us to the biggest revelation of all, the slow blink. When he looks at you and slowly closes his eyes, people say it's the cat kiss. It's more than that. It's a tactical surrender. In a world of predators, closing your eyes is accepting the possibility of death. If he does that for you, he's handing you his life. But the question is, are you reciprocating, or are you ignoring all the signs he gives you every single day? Your cat isn't weird. He's just trying to live in a world where his owner is blind to reality. He senses when you're coming home miles before you turn the corner. He senses the change in your sweat when you lie. He knows who the people are that come into your apartment and have bad intentions. If your cat doesn't like someone you brought home, trust the cat. He's seeing what you can't. Maybe your cat isn't a pet. Maybe he's the only real security system you have, and you never realized it. You thought you were taking care of him. But in the silence of the night, while you're fast asleep, it's him who's awake. It's him patrolling the halls. It's him making sure nothing you can't see gets near your bed. Maybe your cat isn't weird. Maybe you just never understood what it all means. He's trying to warn you. All the time. You just need to learn to listen. Comment down below I watched to the end if you're now going to look at your cat in a completely different way. And don't forget to hit like and share with that friend who thinks their cat is just a lazy bum. They're going to be shocked at what they've been missing. But what happened next was what truly broke the pattern. A lot of people believe cats are cold animals, that they don't miss you or care about your presence. But the truth is much deeper and a little unsettling. Your cat doesn't see you as a master. He sees you as the only family he has in the entire world. And every weird behavior you've seen up to this point, that was him trying, in his own way, to keep you safe and fed. The redemption comes the moment you stop judging the mystery and start observing the care. He wasn't being difficult or indifferent. He was being loyal in a way most humans will never truly comprehend. At the end of the day, your cat was never weird. Maybe you just never understood what his love really means. If you watched this far, it's because you liked this story. Leave a comment saying I watched to the end, so I can get to know you and see who really digs the stories on this channel. Hit that like button now and share with someone else who lives with a little feline at home.